Who did you turn to as a child when you felt scared? When you felt like maybe you'd made a mistake or you'd messed up or you were confused about something or worried? Who was that person? Did you even have one? So many of us struggle to answer this question as adults. If we pause for a moment, we take a breath and check in and we think, who did I go to? Who did I feel safe enough to share everything and anything with? Because after all, that's what a child needs to be able to do. So it might be hard for you. It might even be making you feel a bit sad and a bit anxious. And whilst I'm deeply sorry if you're feeling those feelings, that's normal. It's normal and it's okay. And it's even okay, if you choose to think of this as a trauma. Because we are not meant as children to be on our own with our feelings, with our worries, with our confusions, with our doubts about life. We are meant to be raised by adults who notice. They notice that there's something just a bit off about us right now. Maybe when we come in the door from school, or maybe at bedtime, or just at some time, they are used to checking in with us, just kind of scanning us subconsciously, how we're feeling, how we're behaving. And the first thing they reach for is, I wonder if they're okay, rather than, well, what's going on with them, and trying to correct it. Now, as I say, this is kind of normal, sadly, for many of us, that we grew up with this absence of being emotionally seen, emotionally checked in with, that we could just take the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything to the adults in our lives, particularly the people who were there as in the role of parents, and it would always be okay. We wouldn't get shouted at, we wouldn't get consequences, punished, scolded. We would get, wow, okay, so we need to think about this, because taking sweets from the shop, well, we know that's not okay, but let's just think about that. And first of all, how are you feeling? That must have been so hard, I'm guessing, for you to hold on to all your feelings about having taken sweets from the shop. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, which I doubt many of us have experienced. So when we haven't, then that sits in us as a pain, as an emotion, lots and lots of emotions that are trapped in us. And they don't just fade away, they don't just go away. And then it does make it more and more difficult in adult life to find that one trusted adult person, adult relationship, where we feel okay to just be vulnerable and lay our faults and our flaws before someone and not feel that it's unsafe. Now, I don't mean unsafe that we think, but that we feel in our body, I need to hold back and be careful. That's the legacy of this. So the good news is, it is very possible to clear this out and to have a much greater sense inside ourselves of safety and self-sufficiency, so that we're better able to connect with others and to have these safer, more joyful interactions moving forwards. So if that sounds interesting, please do drop me a message. I'm always happy to have an initial conversation to just see if it's time for you to be ready of the legacy of your childhood and to truly step into yourself right now.